Alright, I just wanted to make this real quick. This is not going to be the typical video that I normally make. I just wanted to correct something that I said in a previous video. When I make these videos, I generally go back and watch them over and over again to make sure that I'm not saying anything stupid. A lot of times I will, or sometimes I will say things that aren't quite accurate, but I'm hoping that people are smart enough to understand that I'm just misspeaking. Like in my last video, I said that I had gotten a DUI when I was 16 and 18. And then 10 minutes later in the video, I said that I had driven drunk 1,000 times in my life and never got caught. Like, what I meant was I've driven drunk a lot of times in my younger days. You know, everybody, when you're a kid and you drink, you know, it's like you got your buddy's house that the parents are never there, and you know it's like everything is good, and then all of a sudden their parents call like, hey, I'm coming home early, you know, dinner's gonna be ready at such and such. And then your friend's like, everybody's gotta go clean this shit up, and then I'm the one driving everybody home driving drunk. As an adult, that's not necessary. I have a house. I just stop at a liquor store on my way home, get something to drink, and then I drink it, and then I go to work the next day. There's no reason to drink and drive. But in one of my videos, I said that black people are less intelligent. And I listened to it over and over. And I'm like, do I need to explain that? And I'm like, Jesus Christ, shower. I wanted to make this before I get in the shower. I'm like, do I really need to explain this? And it's like, yeah, I do. I need to explain this because I don't want people thinking that I think black people are inherently stupid or less intelligent than white people, which I actually do believe that. That's not what I meant when I said it, but I do believe that. And I actually have a reason for saying that has to do with how the rest of the world during the technological age several hundred years ago was learning to use their brains to advance in technology. And then we didn't take, but black people were traded to the rest of the world by blacks during the slave trade when they were still living as tribes, you know, tribal people. So their mindset was not based on batteries and flashlights and fucking cannons and miniguns and all the other, you know, hydrogen bombs. And it's funny, I go to everything that has to do with weaponry. But that my point is that black people were still living in tribes. Their brains weren't designed to think about the things that everybody else was thinking about. They weren't worried about mass transportation, public transportation. They weren't worried about making the Model T. You know, so that's I feel like blacks are less intelligent, but not through any fault of their own. I just feel like they're several hundred years behind us because of just the way the world, you know, past events happened. I'm not shitting on anybody, but that's just my opinion. If I was a historian, I'd probably be able to phrase it better that might make more sense, but I'm not shitting on anybody. But I wanted to make it clear. The reason why I said black people are less intelligent is because academia says it, government says it, and black people say it. And I'm going to give you 3 examples before anybody starts fucking getting pissed off at me. Listen to this white, gray-haired cracker motherfucker trying to say black people are stupid. I'm not saying it. It came out a couple years ago that Harvard, the most prestigious college in the country, was their initial test, the test you take, which only 5% of people pass to get into Harvard. As a white man, you have to score a certain amount. As an Asian, you have to score higher because Asians statistically have the highest IQ. And as a black man, you can score, or a black woman, you can score lower. That's academia. That's Harvard, the most prestigious college in the country, allowing black people to score lower in order to get them into the college. That's academia. Now I'll talk about government. Government has affirmative action and equal opportunity employment. That means, as a black person, you are not qualified in the government's eyes to be equal to me because I'm white and you're black. Therefore, you need me as a white person to help you succeed in life. Because without my help, you're never going to make it. That's what the government's saying. That's not what I'm saying. That's what the government's saying. The white man needs to help you so that you can succeed. Somebody needs to give you a step ladder so that you can kind of get up to the same level as the rest of us. Otherwise, you're never going to be anything in life because you're not created equal. Talk about racism. Now I'm going to talk about black people and how black people believe black people are less intelligent. I'm not going to do the research for you, but I've watched video after video after video of black people saying that they agree with equal opportunity employment, that they agree with affirmative action, and that they agree with colleges and businesses allowing blacks to score lower on tests that determine whether or not people are going to get into their business or their school than other people. And black people say that the reason they agree with it is because black people grow up in poverty, their schooling system is less than adequate, and therefore they need the help to have equal rights. So government, academia, and blacks say black people are less intelligent. I wanted to make that perfectly clear that I am not saying, I am saying it now, but when I said that black people are less intelligent, that's what I was talking about. I'm not saying that black people are, genetically less intelligent. I'm saying they're less intelligent because of the way human history just happened to work out. It could have happened to white people. Black people could have been running the world, and white people could have been living in tribes up until 300-400 years ago, and then, of course, white people would be less intelligent when it comes to the way the world works. If you took white people and forced them into the way the black tribes and Mayan tribes live today, that have the same rules and laws that they've been living for 2,000 years, white people would be considered less intelligent. Yeah, we know how to read a book, we know how 2 + 2 is 4, but if you put us in a situation where we had to live the way black tribes lived in Africa 500 years ago, we die. Black people would be more intelligent than us in that situation. In this situation, where the rest of the world is living in the technological age, black people tend to be inferior. It's not racist, it just is what it is. And here's the fucked up thing. Watch the original Kings of Comedy. Cedric the Entertainer's opening joke is about white people living by the hope creed and black people living by the wish factor. White people, when they leave the house, they hope there's not going to be a problem. They hope everything's going to be fine. They hope nobody's going to be sitting in their seat. Oh my God, there's somebody sitting in my seat. Black people, when they leave the house, they live by a different motto. They live by the wish factor. When black people leave the house, we wish a motherfucker would be in our chair. The entire joke is about black people leaving the house in the hopes of getting into a physical altercation with another human being, and how white people do everything in their power to avoid it. That's the joke. That's the basic premise of the joke. If I say black people are more violent than whites, I'm racist. But if Cedric the Entertainer says it, motherfuckers are flipping chairs over laughing their ass off. I'm just saying, look, just be honest. Be honest. Think objectively. Don't go into a discussion or an argument with a predisposed mindset. Just think. How many times do I hear a black comic say the same joke 1,000 different ways? Yeah, when white people walk down the street and you cross past white people, they smile and look up. When black people come in contact with people, they frown and look down. White people smile and look down. making us look like a bunch of pansies. Passive. And he's like, you know, when black people cross paths with a black person, they smile and look up. Like, hold on, let me fucking turn my TV back on right. You know, and they're like, black people frown and look up. So white people do this, and black people do this, which is another subliminal joke about white people being passive and black people being aggressive. Why is it okay for black people to make these jokes about white people being pussies and black people? Another, who was it? Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, made a joke about how if you ever see one white guy hanging out with a group of black guys, don't fuck with the white guy because he must be one crazy motherfucker to be accepted in that group. That's 3 jokes in a minute that have to do with white people typically being pussies and black people being fucking crazy. Violent. But if I say black people are violent, it's like, you son of a bitch, you racist piece of shit, man, fuck you, man. You're just not being honest. You know, I'm done. Done again. But here's what I'll say in closing. Motherfuckers need to start being honest. People need to start thinking, and people need to be honest. Because all this shit. Rayshard Brooks. I talked about him last night. You know what happened? I'll give you one guess what happened to the Wendy's. If you didn't already hear. Just based on what's already happened in the last 5-6 years since black people have started to get the balls up to destroying shit. Let me just give you a hint. Fuego. That's right. Somebody decided to burn down the Wendy's. Fuck did Wendy's do? This guy was drunk, fell asleep in his car in a Wendy's parking lot. One of the Wendy's employees apparently called the cops. They didn't call the cops because they were trying to get the guy locked up. They were calling the cops because somebody was passed out in their car. They didn't know if he was drunk. They didn't know if he had a heart attack. For all we know, they were trying to help him. He decided to attack cops. The cops retaliated and killed him. And the way black people respond is to burn down the Wendy's. What the fuck did the employees at Wendy's do to deserve to lose their fucking jobs? How does any of that make any sense? But then you're going to get mad if I say black people are less intelligent? I mean, seeing as how you just keep burning everything fucking down, I'd say it's pretty fucking obvious black people are less intelligent. Sorry, if you don't like it, if you want to call me racist, I don't give a fuck. Call me racist. It ain't white people burning shit down. It's black people. So why don't you hold yourself and your race accountable for once in a fucking while, for a change, and stop fucking blaming white people for all your fucking problems. Because now you got fucking cops, that are quitting. You got cops that they're just like, fuck this, I'm done. I became a cop to help people. I didn't become a cop so I could be a scapegoat. The 2 cops that broke no laws when killing Rayshard Brooks, they got fired. Now you got cops doing the blue flu, where they're all getting together and they're taking off of work, claiming that they're sick. A large group of them all at once. Good. Fuck it. And you know what's going to happen? Some black person is going to get fucking shot or stabbed or robbed, and then they're going to call the police, and it's going to take 45 minutes for the police to get there, and they're going to go on TV and go, where were the cops at? Why did it take 45? Man, fuck you. You didn't want them there. Every time they come to your community to try and fucking solve a crime, you shut the door in their face and tell them you didn't see nothing because snitches get stitches. Grow the fuck up. Shit ain't just about you. Every time you fucking allow somebody that you know is guilty to get away with a fucking crime, they could end up killing somebody else that you care about down the road, but you're too fucking stupid and short-sighted to fucking see it. You rather wait until a cop drives down the road and start fucking set tripping and shit. Get off your ass. Get a job. Go to work. Pay your bills. Take care of your family. And shut the fuck up. Stop bitching about white privilege. I'm eating the same shit sandwich every other goddamn person I've worked with in roofing for the last 20 years is fucking doing. Is eating. The fuck privilege do I got? Do I look like I got white privilege? I can't even fucking... The only white I got is fucking white goddamn hair. That's the privilege I fucking got. Fucking idiots, man. Fuck y'all. And I ain't talking about black people. I'm talking about anybody. I don't care if you're black, white, Mexican. Anybody that wants to sit there and talk about their miserable lot in life like you got it bad. Get off your ass and do something about it, or shut the fuck up. My life ain't great. You know what I don't do? I don't blame anybody else. The life I live is due to me and the actions and decisions that I make on a daily basis. Plain and simple. Ain't nobody else's fault.